So the 40 volt Makita stuff is out, the XGT range, and I am getting a heap of comments on the videos I've done, and so many of them revolve around the batteries. I knew that would be the case. So many people are annoyed that these batteries aren't backward compatible with the 18 volt. They want adapters, they want to see if 18 volt one will run on a 40 will run on an 18, all these sorts of things. So today we're going to try and answer at least one of those questions. This is the 40 volt charger. This is the adapter you use on top of said charger to charge 18 volt batteries. So without the adapter, you use it of course to charge the 40 volt batteries. Can you see where I'm going with this? The 18 volt battery is on this adapter. It goes on the same thing that a 40 volt battery goes on. So therefore, if a 40 volt battery goes on a 40 volt tool, the 40 volt adapter should also go on 40 volt tool. Doesn't slide on. And the reason it doesn't slide on is because of these extra pieces of plastic on here. Both sides on the adapter on the right here stick out further than they do on the battery on the left. This bit and this bit. Now from what I can see, sliding the adapter on and off, these do nothing. They don't engage with anything on the charger, they don't trigger anything, they don't lock into anything. There is no reason for these to be here for charging. They are clearly there just to stop you from doing this. So, I'm pretty sure you're already aware of what I'm about to do, and while I do it I might just tell you a wee little tale about lockdown here in New Zealand. If you're super busy and don't have time to listen to a little tale, down in the description will be a timestamp where you can skip to the end and find out how this works. For the rest of you, let's move this into position and we'll remove these plastic tangs. So back in March, the government in New Zealand came up with a pandemic alert system. It's a 4-level system, and it basically 1, 2, 3, 4, level 1, pretty much nothing. We went into that on a Friday. On a Friday afternoon, all of a sudden the Prime Minister says, hey, we're in level 1 of this alert system, there's 3 other levels, get used to it. And we're all sort of a bit shocked, thinking, okay, what's going on? And level 1 didn't mean that much really. Pretty much life is normal, except if somebody coughed on you, you could like smack them in the head and call the cops, you know. So, that didn't work too well. So that was all good. Then on the following Monday, just a few days later, the government all of a sudden whacked us into level 3. Lunchtime on a Monday. So, all of a sudden the world changed. Yeah, that should work. And like I say, level 3 midday Monday. My wife happened to be in a supermarket at the time. They locked all the doors, shut everything down, wouldn't let anyone in or out, and this became the new norm sort of thing. When they dropped it to level 3, they announced that we're going into level 3, and as of Wednesday we'll be in level 4. Now level 4 is complete lockdown. So nothing is open apart from supermarkets, pharmacies, medical centres. Just full on essential stuff, nothing else. No hardware stores, nowhere to buy tools. So that happened back in March, end of March. So the day before, so the Tuesday, all of a sudden everybody's got to go out and get everything, you know, all the things that they're going to think they need for the next month that we're in complete lockdown. You have to get in this one day. So of course, I live in Auckland, the biggest city in New Zealand, and it went crazy. So everybody's out running around like idiots, trying to, I think I'll leave that there and go from the other side, trying to get all the shit they need before we go into lockdown. One of the things I had ordered a few weeks previous was the lid to our spa pool. Now I needed to get that day, so I wasn't going to be able to have a spa, and I just got everything working, the hot tub all running. And so I really wanted that lid, $750. I wanted to get it so that I could sit for a month in a hot tub. So that's what I did. That's what I set out to do. I thought, right, I've got to get food. I said to the wife, you stay here, I'm going to go get food for us, food for my mother, food for my grandmother, all the tools and screws and bits and pieces I need. It's going to be full on. I end up on the outskirts of Auckland trying to get to a supermarket that isn't empty of food or you have to queue for 2 hours to get into. I'm not a big queuer at the best of times, so I wasn't too keen on that. So that was okay. I'm on the outskirts of Auckland. I'm trying to get to my mother's house now. And I am using back roads. I'm using farm roads and things like that. Try and get there to avoid the traffic and get there as quick as I can. I come flying around a corner and what's standing in the middle of the road but a pig. A cute little baby pig. A little brown and black striped pig. Right in the middle of the road. I drive up to it and it just stands there. And I thought, you little bastard, I haven't got time for this. So he's standing there in the middle of the road. I'm slowly driving along. He's just trotting along the middle of the road. Not a care in the world. And I was like, pig, there's a pandemic, you know, come on, shift your butt. He wouldn't get off the road. I'm worried someone's going to hit it. Someone's going to come around the corner and collect the poor little bugger. So I start my plan of trying to capture this rogue pig. So I pull over. There's nowhere really to pull over. It's just gutted. It's just deep ditches on each side of the road. But I pull over. I jump out and I'm running around chasing this pig down the road and then along the grass verges. And then about 4 other cars stopped. It was me and 4 women running around trying to catch this pig. It's hard to do this with the camera in the way there. One woman's got her arm in a sling. So we're chasing around. Eventually the other people give up. I'm running around. The pig's gotten too far away from me now, and I look back at my van and realise it's basically parked in the middle of the road. I've left the door open. I've jumped out so quick. And it's just sitting there. I did put the hazard lights on. But it's just sitting there running in the middle of the road. There's traffic building up. And I thought, bugger, I better get out of here. So I run back to my van, I jump in, I go along, round the next corner, and here's my little mate, the pig, standing in the middle of the road again. So I start chasing him again, and I'm running through people's properties, up and down people's driveways. I then think, I've got you! The stupid little bugger tries to get under a gate. So he goes under this gate, gets himself jammed. I come running up behind him, I dive. You know how they talk about a greasy pig. Bloody hell, just try and catch any pig. Just try and catch a piglet. Grabbed his back legs. Somehow he managed to wiggle out from under the gate and wiggle out from my grip and off back onto the road. Some people had witnessed this that lived next door. They came out. They're trying to lure it with food and everything. We're trying to catch this pig. Crosses the road back into a construction site on the other side of the road. So they've built a house there, and there's a guy on a digger. We'll call the guy on the digger Bob, just for sake of the story. And he's on the digger, and I'm running around this house, and all of a sudden he looks up, and he's like, "Hey bro, what's up?" And "Have you seen a pig, mate?" And he's like, gave me the look, the sort of look you expect when someone says, "Have you just seen a small pig run past?" And I need to take a little bit more off there. And so he's like, "Nah, mate." And then, sure enough, said pig runs around corner of house. And old Bob gets his 17-ton digger, and he's chasing the pig around. I'm hiding around the corner of the house. Pig comes round. He's got the bucket. He's swinging it around, trying to lure this pig. Trying to drive this pig in the right direction. But we can't get it. There's too many escape routes for the pig. The pig is back out on the road again. By this point, I'm pretty knackered. I'm running around with carrots and all sorts of things, trying to catch this fucking pig, while yelling all the time at the pig. "I ain't got time for this, dude. Lockdown, you know, I've gotta Gotta get food. I've got frozen food in here for my mother and my grandmother, and I've got to get a spa pool cover from the other side of Auckland, about a bloody hour's drive away. I've only got a couple of hours left until the world shuts down. This pig didn't give two shits about that. So pig is running around, and eventually I'm running out of time. I drive him down into the back of a paddock, and we leave it at that. The pig is down the back of the paddock, and I decide, hey, I've got to get on with life here. There's a lockdown about to take place. So I left the pig, and hopefully the pig eventually found his way home. Now, what I should have done here is test this and this is what a normal person would do. Put some wires or something in here, test it, put a battery on the top, the 18 volt battery on top, put some wires into a 40 volt tool, make sure it was all going to work before you went and hacked it up. But this being removed isn't going to affect it on here, so you're still going to be able to use it. Not that I would use it for that, just means now I can't sell it because somebody's chopped it up. Let's see if this fits now. Oh, she's so close. So close. What's stopping her? So for the last 6 months I've been wondering what happened to this little pig. But I did get some exercise at least, and this whole time as well I was in jandals and socks, of course. I'm just going to try and take a little bit more off the front of here, because I think this might be catching. Maybe I'll get our different tool. Let's see. Oh, that got that one off. So that was the beginning of the lockdown, and then while I was up at my mother's, thankfully the guy with the lid phoned and said it was ready. So I had a couple of hours left to get to the other side of Auckland to grab that, so that I could sit in a hot tub for a month, having a drink and relaxing. Oh, look at that, we're so close now, we're so close. It might just be a bit rubby on there. Couldn't be a more elegant job, could it? Still not quite there. And there we go, 4 new cases of COVID just come through on my phone. We're getting just a few a day here now. Most of them linked to one particular cluster here in Auckland, or ones that are in managed isolation. To get back into New Zealand you have to spend 2 weeks in a hotel, paid for by the government, unless you went away on holiday during COVID. And after that 2 weeks you can go back to normal life if you're testing clear of COVID. Now I'm going to have to take off some corner bits here, here and here. As you can see, this is rounded and it is catching on the back of the tool. No, the front. No, where are we? Yeah, we're not quite getting into the back here where this curve is. So we'll try and hack a little bit more out of here. And we've just finished our second round of sort of level 3 lockdown here in Auckland, due to this one particular cluster. Now when I do this, we are of course only going to get a 40 volt tool running on an 18 volt battery. So what's going to happen? Is it going to be half as powerful? Is it going to be completely gutless? Is it going to be completely pointless? Is it even going to work? Oh, it's all to play for. As rough as guts. $100 these adapters cost in this country. And here I am just hacking it up with a hacksaw. But it'll be worth it if it keeps a few of you happy, won't it? So let's try again. Gotcha. She's on. Now, the moment of truth. Let's reframe the camera here. This could be a momentous occasion. the first 40 volt, the first 18 to 40 volt Makita adapter. A little bit clunky, of course. Let's see what happens. Ah, nothing. Battery is charged. Nothing happening. Should have done the test first, like I said. Next up, there is a whole lot of electrics in here that we could maybe mess with or remove. Bypass just to and rewire the wires through so that we can get this to run on 18 volt. Or maybe it'll never run on 18 volt because the electronics in here won't let it, because it needs 36 volt to run. It'll now think, you know, oh, I've got a dead battery. So there's an experiment that I didn't think would work, and it hasn't, but somebody was going to do it on YouTube, so I thought it may as well be me first. Thanks for watching, guys. Plenty more Makita reviews, of course, coming up, and we've got a lot of comparisons with Makita stuff versus Milwaukee stuff coming up. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, wherever the subscribe thing is, and I will catch you real soon. Would have been interesting if that had gone though, eh? Maybe I'll pull it apart and have a look. Tried a few different things here, no luck so far. Meanwhile, my other channel, Builds and Stuff, has been hijacked by Rob. He has taken over and is doing an experiment on Makita battery chargers. So if you're interested in that, head on over there and check that out. Which Makita battery charger is best? Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.